And welcome back. You're watching Girl Talk, and we're in Monroe, Wisconsin at Monroe Furniture Center. Later on, we'll talk with Jerry Beckman, who's the owner, about what they're doing to give back to the community and why it's so important. Right now, though, what's better than some good Wisconsin cheese? Well, it would be a cheese festival, don't you think?
The cheese festival.
The cheese festival. Let's get it right.
Yes.
Joining us, we have Tess Zettel. She's the Cheese Days ambassador. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Big title,
Yes.
big title. This is important stuff when you're talking Wisconsin cheese. All right, so you have a festival coming up and it's called Cheese Days.
Yes.
Tell us about it and its history.
So this year, September 14th through the 16th in Monroe. It started in 1914, so it's just a little over 100 years old. A little about it is that it started here. A couple guys from Monroe had this idea of attending a sauerkraut festival in Forston, Illinois.
A sauerkraut festival?
Yeah,
Okay.
surprisingly, a sauerkraut festival. Went down, checked it out, came back home and was like, wow, they can really celebrate sauerkraut. We can certainly do the same thing with cheese. So from there, 19 days later, they had the first Cheese Days Festival, and roughly 3,000 to 4,000 people attended the first year. And now we have about 100,000 people attending our 3-day weekend.
I bet, Melissa, from the chamber, 100,000 people.
Yes.
You knew that, right?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Of course. And
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It is an amazing feat, the way that they put everything together for Cheese Days. The committees, the ambassadors do just a fantastic job.
Doing
It's
something right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what for you have to qualify to be the ambassador. So, what does your Swiss heritage mean for you?
So for me, for the Swiss heritage, it's something that it's so prominent in Greene County, and to be Swiss and to be from this area, think of someone who's really strong and proud, and I'm just truly lucky to be a part of that.
I'm Norwegian, so we always go back and forth between the Sven and Ole jokes.
They're universal, I think.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about the festival, what to expect, and what kind of cheese is going to be there?
So it's September 14th through the 16th. It's a Friday through a Sunday in Monroe. And obviously Cheese Days, like what kind of cheeses are you going to get?
It's more like what won't be there, probably.
Also true. I would say Wisconsin's lucky enough to have over 600 varieties, styles, and types of cheeses. And being from Greene County, we are lucky enough to have some of the best award-winning cheeses right here. So there's pretty much anything you could try that will satisfy somebody's taste buds.
So lots of sampling.
Exactly, yes. And we have a cheese tent just for that, which is perfect. So not only do you get to try, but you could also buy cheese as well.
So what are some of the new things that are going to be appearing? I know you guys try to be innovative every year and come up with something new. What's new this year?
New this year, we will be having roving Alphorn players, accordions, also a barbershop quartet, which I'm kind of excited about.
Nice.
And then in addition, we will be moving our arts and crafts area closer to the square. So instead of having a little further to walk, it's much closer. It'll be where the old parking ramp used to be.
Nice.
I was looking at some of the activities there. I thought this one sounded interesting. Old-time cheese making.
Yes.
That's a demonstration.
It's one of my favorites, actually,
Yeah?
surprisingly. It's so fascinating to think where we were at 100 years ago with our cheesemakers. And the demo will be on Saturday, I believe, from like noon to 4. So it's not anything short by any means, so you definitely have time to go and check it out.
Okay, I want to know what happens in a cow milking contest.
Pretty much just milking a cow by hand. We do have teams so people can enter, whether or not it be a business or a family or whatnot. You can go and just milk a cow, and by the end you just measure the amount that you make, and then that's who the winner is.
That's
by
who
having
the
the
winner
most.
is?
Yep.
Are you in that one?
No, I am hands off when it comes to that. But I am hands-on when it comes to the grand finale, and that's the parade on Sunday, right?
That's always really fun.
Yes, the parade is fantastic.
Led by Brown Swiss cows, the only parade, so that's really fascinating in itself, just because it's representative of Switzerland and the cows coming down from the mountains.
Yeah.
So that's
it's
pretty
very
cool.
emotional for people. It definitely is.
Sounds-
Talk about goosebumps.
Yep. Fantastic time, the Cheese Festival here in Monroe. We've got to take a break, but we'll be right back after this.